no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Where are my most beautiful queens in the house? Where are my most beautiful queens in the house?
Hey everybody, it's your girl Jamilah. Welcome to the Queen's Dress. Welcome into the Queendom. Special thanks to the Citadel on Parsons Ave for the beautiful, beautiful space. Okay, we're going to get right into our very, very special guest. She is a writer, okay, an author, influencer, podcaster, humanitarian. The list goes on, but I would be here all day. And so we are so excited to have Ashley, Sarai, Nicole, Chea from the Mama's Day podcast in the building. How you doing, girl?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, Ashley. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I am so grateful, and I told you off camera this is huge for me. So I genuinely am grateful, and so I want to get right on into it.
Okay.
And so you're a very proud mom.
Yes.
Okay. I follow you on social media and everything, and I follow the podcast. And you've described motherhood as both a sacred calling, okay, and a radical act of creativity. And so what my question is what has mothering taught you about yourself?
That's a good question.
Yes, ma'am. I had to think hard about that one.
What's interesting is I always feel like our children don't belong to us, we belong to them. And I always say that we're always their mother. They're always going to need us. And obviously our roles change in that way, but the way we are, like how we guide them now, that's going to change. Do you know what I mean? And so they're always going to call on us. So I feel like the thing that I've learned the most about myself is that I have to allow myself to be taught, if that makes sense. Like motherhood has taught me to learn, to listen, to take a step back. I think as a child, I was like kind of a know-it-all kind of kid and just like really read a lot and was super smart, and I still am.
I know that's
but
right.
okay. But I feel like I was always the person that my friends would always call and everyone would always ask me advice. And I think that I've learned so much from my children by simply just sitting back and allowing people to be and learning from them instead of teaching people who to be, allowing people to be. Right. So I feel like that's the biggest lesson that I've learned from them is that if you release control, you can actually learn more and grow more in that way.
You know what? I love that because I love my hairdresser. And I feel like if I'm instructing her too much on how to do my hair, then it's all wrong. But when I let her flow and just do what she's supposed to do creatively, it's better than I could ever instructed her to do. So I feel that, on a real deep level. And so I feel like I said before, I follow you on social media. Okay. And so what inspired the name Watermelon Egg Rolls? I thought it was just the cutest name ever.
Okay. So I started off my blog in, I think it was 2008. Oh. And so my husband is Cambodian. I'm Black and Hispanic. He's actually Asian and white, but like he identifies as Asian because can't really be white unless you're white. Right. I started the blog because I kind of wanted to just share like what our life was like. And I was trying to think of a name, and it's a little tongue in cheek because I actually do not like watermelon at all. And I had to teach him how to make egg rolls. He did not know how to make them.
That is so funny.
I know. But the thing is that I feel like I was always encouraging him to be like really proud of his Asian culture. And so I would be like, okay, well, like teach me things about your culture and show me, And so it was just interesting because I feel like people have these stereotypes of Black people and Asian people and all people. So obviously like watermelon has a negative connotation with being Black. But the thing is that people don't realize is like watermelon is actually a very spiritual food for Black people. And it has a long history, a lot of health benefits. And it's something that we should really be proud of. So it was more like a little tongue in cheek off of like what you think the stereotypes of are, but then when you visit the blog, you see like what we really are. And I was sharing how we garden and homeschool and like all of these things that you don't really always associate with Black or Asian people. So yeah, it was like, this is a stereotypical name, but then when you see the blog, you get to see who we really are.
Right. It's more depth.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine another name.
Me neither.
Now that I know.
Right.
Like, I'm like, no, that's probably the only name there is now.
Right.
And so I wanted to talk a little bit about, I watched the podcast and sometimes you'll talk about like just the world's view of children and interracial marriage and things like that. And so sometimes society tries to define Black and brown children.
Yeah.
before they even speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask, how did you craft Beautiful, Beautiful Me as a declaration of self-love and legacy?
Mm-hmm. So that's one of the reasons why I love being on the Mama's Den, is because we all have a lot of, well, there's 9 children between all of us, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have 4, Cody has 3, and Melanie has 2, and then Felicia has 2, but she like recently left the podcast because she went back to school. I'm so proud of her.
Congratulations.
Yes, that's still my boo. We talk every day. But
Shout
like,
out to her.
yeah, she's a single mom, so she was like, I gotta go back to school. I gotta do my own thing, and so like we're so proud of her. But that's also like just very telling of like our collective and how we support one another. But the book came about because when I had my daughter Amira, I was looking for books that kind of just celebrated all children.
Right.
And there's like a lot of books for little Black children, and then other children's books that are just white children predominantly, right? But there wasn't really anything to celebrate all children. So I wrote one because, I'm a Capricorn, honey. I'm going to make what isn't there.
You're going to do what it do, baby.
Yeah. So I told my husband, I was just like, I think I should write a children's book that kind of like celebrates all children. I wanted my daughter to be able to pick something up and see herself and feel beautiful.
Right.
So I literally like went to sleep and woke up at 2:00 in the morning. The entire book like downloaded in my head. I wrote the book in one night, and then my husband helped me self-publish it.
Shout out to him.
I know. Shout out to my man. But he helped me self-publish it. And then I reached out to an author who was like, I had a lot of children's books in my house from Bob Marley, their family like created like One Love. So Vanessa Brantley Newton, she did the illustrations for those. So this is back when it was just like Facebook, and you could really just like DM anybody, and they didn't know no better,
Right.
So I looked her up, like looked up the illustrator, and I just like reached out to her on Facebook and was like, do you want to do the artwork for my book? But now, mind you, she has made a living off of being an illustrator. So I'm just a nobody to her. And so I just told her my idea, and she was like, that's such a sweet idea. Hit up my agent. And I was like, So, I
Don't
sent.
do me like that.
I know, girl. So I sent her agent an email, got lost in the abyss of emails. And Vanessa, literally, like, I'm not lying, a couple weeks later, she just emails me and she's like, I just woke up out of my sleep and God told me to work with you. So I'm going to. And she just worked with me, did the illustrations. We self-published this book. It's to this day, like, it's sold out like 5-6 times. I think I might bring it back again.
You want just for the heck of it.
Just for the heck of it. Because it's such a good book. Like, it really celebrates all children.
I know that's right. You better toot that horn. It's your horn. No, I think that's dope, though. And I love the collaboration, the spirit of collaboration. Because I was talking to someone earlier today, and alignment never feels forced. It flows.
Yes.
Like the river.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
It's
I
so
love
true.
that for y'all.
Yeah. I feel like in my walk in life, one of the things that I've always really understood and known is that what's for me, this is what my homegirl Brandy says, shout out to her, what's for me will not escape me. And so, that's not my word, that's hers, but it's such a good saying, Yeah. And so I feel like I understand that. And just like even with my husband, like when I look back at like our trajectory into being together and how our story came about, it just happened.
Right.
Like I really believe the Alchemist says this, when you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will be with the people you're supposed to be with. And so that's one of my favorite books.
Come on now.
It is. And it's so true because I do think we all have many paths that we could follow, and some will be really good and some will be not so good. But I think the greatest path is the one that is like, when you're walking that, and when you're answering God and you're listening to God and you're being obedient, and you really are like, if something keeps coming to you, you're supposed to do it. Even if it's hard and you don't understand it, like when you follow that specific path, not the path that's easiest, but the path that you feel truly aligned with yourself, that is how you know who your people are, what your destiny is. And I really try to do that. Like literally just do what I know, even if it doesn't make sense. Wow. And it works out.
I always say that means that's your assignment.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I know what's going to happen. I know it's going to work. I don't know how, but I know it's coming. I know it's going to work out. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes, absolutely. But even think about, like, I tell my kids this all the time, right? Like, if you think about the story of Jesus, right? I'm like, there are people, you may not be Jesus. You might just be the person who handed Jesus a paper towel. But like you were supposed to hand him that paper towel at that very moment, because what he did with that paper towel could have done something miraculous. Right. So like you have to understand like what your purpose in this life is. It might not always be glamorous, right? but you don't know how you're contributing to the greater good and to the greater path of like the universe, right? And so I really try to understand that, because obviously I think we all want to be wealthy from our gifts, right? And we all want to believe that God is putting this on me because it's going to make me a whole bunch of money or I'm going to be a superstar. But I just feel like that might not be necessarily true. Even for me, like there are things that I've accomplished that have been surpassed my wildest dreams, but I'm also living in LA where the sky is the limit, meaning like no matter how good you do, there's always someone doing better than you, you know? And it can sometimes seem like the things that you're doing aren't even that big of a deal, you know? Like you could be a big deal just if you go anywhere where you're doing a little bit better than somebody else, you're a big deal to them. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I think that you can get lost in that, always chasing, you know what I mean? That title. And so I am fully understanding of my purpose, and my purpose is to raise my daughters to be amazing, healthy women. We're breaking this generational curse in our family of women who were not betrothed, you know what I mean, who did not have a supportive partner. I am living a life that my mom didn't get to live. She was a single mom of 4 kids. I'm raising my children with a spouse who supports me and loves me and helps me, and I'm wanting that for my daughters. And I feel like anything else that I do outside of that is great, but if my kids grow up and they're independent, they're financially wealthy, they don't need anything from me, and everything I give them is just because, then I feel like I've lived my purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky girls.
Well, you know.
No, well, I don't say like, I like to say blessed.
Yes, they are blessed because I'm their mama.
Absolutely. And so you move with intention.
Yes.
As the audience should know by now. Okay. And through writing, family life, community building, how do you protect your peace though when... Well, while you're remaining in service to your purpose?
I think I'm learning that because I am a huge empath. And wait, someone said that empaths are just people who have unresolved childhood trauma.
That could be the case because I'm an empath too and an introvert.
Yeah. I think I'm like an introvert, extrovert or something. It's like there's like a middle word for it or something. I don't know. But I feel things very deeply. I'm very affected by social media as far as like what's happening in the world. Not like glitz and glam, but like knowing what's happening in every country, how people are suffering. That affects me so deeply. Listen, this is not even funny, but me and my husband are not allowed to watch like slave movies together. Because like we went to go see 12 Years a Slave and I couldn't even talk to him for like, I was just mad at him just because he was the closest, nearest non-black person to me.
How about I can't watch Precious ever again?
Girl.
Like I don't have to. Like,
I can't.
Like, why would I put myself through all that?
Why? I literally told him like, no, this is not something we can experience together, because I take these things on and then I can't stop thinking about it, and then it spills over into my everyday life. So I've been learning to like try to shut my phone down. My husband's always laughing at me because I watch a lot of reality TV, but I actually
it's a guilty pleasure,
girl, no, I don't want anything that reminds me of the traumas of the world. I'm watching rom-coms. I'm watching reality TV.
I'll watch Girlfriends while I'm folding the clothes.
Girl.
Like, take me back to that time when I didn't know what I know.
Right. I don't want to know what I know. We know too much. Yeah. So that's kind of how I protect my peace. I'm just like only absorbing things that are as far away from what's happening in the world as possible.
Right.
It's the only way, because I think that it's so hard not to. Like, we're Black women, so we already inherently understand struggle, pain, like adversity. And then when you see someone else experiencing it, it's hard to not take that on. And then you have families, like take away social media. We have our own family dynamics of people in our family and having to help and understand that. So it can just be too much.
It can be.
Yeah. So I'm just watching Real Housewives. Okay.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that. And you know what I started doing to protect my pieces? I'll freestyle.
There you go. Rap?
I'll freestyle.
Are you gonna hit us with a freestyle?
I love hip hop. I'll freestyle. I'll take walks.
Oh, I love that.
When it comes to protecting peace.
Yeah.
I'll just say, you know what, guys, give me a minute. I need to decompress. You know, I can't right now. Yeah. You know, I just, you know.
I love to shut my door.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
sorry.
You got to.
Yeah.
If the piece is calling for it.
Yep.
And so I wanted to ask about the cultural storytelling aspect of Ashley. Okay. What does the storytelling mean to you, especially when you're writing for children who are just beginning to understand the world and their place in it?
So it's interesting. I feel like everything that I support is typically for Black women because I'm a Black woman and that's how I identify.
That's right.
And you know, I also like to support my Latina woman, and just like other ethnicities. But what I create, I feel is for all children.
Right.
And I think it's because I constantly think about my daughters and how they see themselves. Like, obviously I tell them they're Black, but I also want them to be very proud of their multicultural background, right?
Absolutely.
So when I create things, I really think about planting a seed. I really feel like that is the one thing that when I look at my past, right? In my childhood, I grew up like in the inner city, didn't have a lot of money. There were just little programs and different things that I felt planted the seed, right? It might not have been a part of my everyday living, but once I was exposed to it, I couldn't unsee it, unlearn it, unknow these things about myself, right? So when I'm creating, I think about that I'm planting a seed in children, right? I want to plant the seed of self-love, of self-worth, of just celebration, of beauty, of equality, inclusivity, right? And so that is really what's on the forefront of my mind every time that I write. Like, what is this put in? There's some little white kid in a town where they don't know any Black kids. My husband didn't meet anybody Black till he went to college.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he lived in an all white, predominantly small town in Lancaster, Ohio, you know.
Shout out to Lancaster.
I think there was one Black family. I think they were the McKnights, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm from Mansfield.
Yeah.
I know
Okay. You know about that life. I don't.
It's crazy.
My life was very Black. Very, very Black. But I think about when this little white kid opens this book and it just shows kids playing together, right? It's just a regular children's book, but the artwork is so important because that's why I really want to work and try to work with authors who understand that. If you just show a child with one arm, and we're not talking about they have one arm, you show a kid in a wheelchair, we don't talk about the fact that they're in a wheelchair. You just show these things that are very normal things in normal settings, it stops becoming a thing. So when children are reading books and they're looking at diversity or, you know, just like inclusivity or however you want to call it, it's not a bad word anymore. When they see that and they just see these kids playing and you're not making it, the book is not about that, that becomes normalized to them. And you realize how important those images are because they try to get rid of them.
Exactly. It's happening.
Yeah.
We hear about what's happening in Florida. Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
You really don't want to do that.
No.
You don't want to do that. And so I'm glad you're keeping it. I'm glad you're pushing forward.
Yeah.
You know, and you're keeping the important stuff going. And so you often speak about being both seen and safe. How do you create that balance for your family and for yourself?
I think for me, I don't really believe in balance. First of all, I think that's like
it doesn't exist.
That's
you have to
fake.
prioritize what you can.
Yes,
when you can.
I think exactly.
Right.
I think my spirituality is one of the things that makes me feel safe within myself, if that makes sense, and understanding my purpose and understanding. Like, I lost my sister when she was 24. I was 22. So like she died in a very tragic car accident.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. It's very sad, but you know, what are we going to do? She's gone. So it's kind of like, it's been, I'm 40. So whatever the math on that is. But yeah, it's been a while, but I still miss her every day. Like, it just happened, but it also is something that gives me peace and connects me, understanding that, like, number one, I don't think I don't know what the word is. Some people talk about like things in a positive light and it makes them feel better. I actually embrace the darkness and negativity because that's what brings me peace, because it helps me to understand the reality of life, right? So knowing that like my children will never truly be safe living in this world, living in America, living in any country.
That's the reality of it.
Because we are, it's a domino effect. Someone else could be somewhere experiencing a horrible life and somehow it affects my child, right? But there is a sense of peace of me understanding that there's nothing that I can do about that other than giving them the tools so that they can best survive in this world, right?
Absolutely.
And so that is kind of how I try to create that within my family. I'm teaching my daughters to love themselves. I'm teaching them to be safe, make good decisions, understand red flags, understand that when that feeling comes, that's God telling you to leave.
That's it.
And listen to it immediately. Never ignore it. Because I always tell people, God talks to everybody. Everybody just don't listen.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
That's just like what it is. And so that is the only thing that gives me peace, is that I actually can't do anything about anything. So do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you just make good decisions and you have to pray that it works out for you. You know?
Exactly. No, that's the truth. You're teaching a clinic today, sis.
Oh, well, you know.
Look, I'm like looking at my notes over here. Like, let me jot some more stuff down. And so if your daughters, okay, let's just go with me on this.
Oh,
okay.
Lord. Okay.
If your daughters wrote a book,
okay,
you're like, okay, mommy's an author. Let's get together and write a book, y'all. How about this? Okay, what if your daughters wrote a book about you one day,
Oh Lord.
what would you hope that they would say about you and how you move through this life?
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, it depends on which daughter's writing it.
All of them. It's a collab.
Is it? I don't know if they can do that.
Everybody gets a chapter.
Oh Lord, well those chapters would all be different. Let's just read my oldest daughter's chapter.
Okay.
No, what I pray every day and what I try is that they would say that they felt safe with me, that they felt seen, that they knew that they could always come home and that they were always loved. And that's how I feel about my mom. You know, we all have variations of our parents and things that we would probably like to put away and keep. But I can say the one thing that my mom always made me feel was safe and welcome home.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great, man.
And I want that for my daughters. You know, my mom literally was like, I don't care if you murder somebody. Just let me know.
Right, it's unconditional
She's
love.
like, I can't help you. And that's what I tell my daughters. I can't help you if you lied to me. Because if you tell me you didn't kill somebody, now I can't help you how to buy it if I don't know they're dead. You guys to tell me where they at. So we can hide this
Be
body.
there for you if you get there. We got to keep it real.
Yes,
with me,
and I
okay?
tell them all the time, like, I can't help you if you lie to me.
Right.
Only the truth.
Please
you know what I
don't tell
mean?
me a lie.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
don't tell me a lie. Like, we're going to figure it out, but just tell me the truth. And
Right.
so that's how my mom was with me. That's how I am with them. And I'm hoping that they remember that so that they always know that they're safe with me.
Cool. No, that's dope.
I might have to report you to police, though, because I ain't going to jail
Listen,
with you.
I'm not finna do
But
that
I'll
with
visit you.
That'll be your experience, and I will put money on your books.
Right, exactly.
It's all good.
I'll come visit.
I mean, it's not all good, but
Right.
you get
Well,
what
we
I'm
will
saying.
not be. We won't be cellmates.
We're gonna have to figure something out. I'll come and see you once a month.
Right.
Yeah. And so I have a quote from you.
Okay.
You've said before.
What did I say?
You said, girl, you be saying some stuff.
I
Okay?
do.
I'll be taking my notes.
Sometimes
you know what
good,
I'm saying?
sometimes bad.
But you said that representation isn't just about the image.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the intention. And I love that. So what's an example of representation that moved you deeply?
Ooh, you know what's interesting? Movies. So one of the fields that I'm really trying to get into is film writing.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I have a script and we've been trying to pitch that. So, you know, if it's meant to be, it will be.
It will be.
Thank you. I received
And
that.
it is.
Okay. It's done.
It's done.
I'll be back.
All right. That's right.
Promoting my movie.
That's right. Exactly.
So
No, for real.
yeah, no, I believe
Okay.
that. Okay.
All right.
I've taken it. It's on. It's in the air.
That's right.
No, so I feel like Spike Lee is like one of
Shout out
my
to Spike Lee.
I love Spike Lee. He's
Oh,
one of my
man.
favorite filmmakers, and I think his movies are some of the movies that have really changed me in that representation, right? Like when I saw Malcolm X, when I saw
Yes.
Crooklyn,
What an impact.
girl, it like deeply,
Mhm.
deeply. And so especially Crooklyn, like just seeing this family that was very similar to mine, very Afrocentric and just like honest and true. And I think those images, seeing little Black girls that look like me, seeing Black families, seeing people just exist, and the complexity of being a Black person, right?
Mhm.
Like the duality of that and how we're not a monolithic group of people. Like
Mhm.
those types of things truly changed the way I saw myself. And reading Octavia Butler, right?
Mhm.
Like she's my favorite author.
Mhm.
Just reading books by Black women that were like futuristic and
Mhm.
different and just, I was a weird kid, right? So
Mhm.
those books spoke to me, like
Mhm.
seeing a Black woman write in that way that spoke to the little weird girl in me. Yeah.
I would look for you
Yeah.
on the playground. No, I was weird too. We were
Okay.
vegetarian and
Yes.
had funny names.
Yes.
So I would look for you.
Yes. You would have been my friend.
Yeah, we would have been besties.
Yes,
We-
because people didn't understand. Like they had cookies and ho-hos, and my mom was giving me like celery sticks with like peanut butter on them.
Listen,
I'm like, Mom,
we were eating fake meat.
girl,
My mom
yes.
would be like, "Don't share with anybody because this is from Loma Linda." They're gonna make fun, and they're like, "What is bologna?
Girl.
What is this? Is fake meat? This
Same.
is tofurkey."
Tofurkey, all
And I'm
of
like,
it.
"Y'all don't look at my lunch. Go back over there.
Little
Y'all won't
burgers.
understand. My parents are different."
Yep.
But no, every time someone says, "Oh, well, this Black person is weird," or "That Black girl is weird,"
Mhm.
I'm like, "No, she's probably smart." I would always make that judgment, even as a kid. Like, "Oh, so and so is weird. Oh, let me go check him out. What's weird about you?" Like, I love Star Wars. I'm like, "Me too. Come on, let's go hang out
Yep.
on the swings."
You should put that on a shirt. I'm not weird. I'm
Yeah,
smart.
yeah, I'm just
Mhm.
smart. Like, if you knew how to, if you had a talent, or
Yep.
if you were different,
Yeah.
you know, and if you had something. Well, you know what? And this is my next question. When did you know you were different?
Oh.
No, peep the dog whistling.
Yeah.
When did you know, sis? Look me in my eyes. When did you know you were different?
You know what's interesting? It wasn't until I got older. Because the community that I grew up in was it embraced different, right? So we were taught to love ourselves and be super pro-Black and to be like weird little kids. And all my mom's friends everyone was weird, right? We were watching Star Wars and all of these types of things and gardening and all of that, right? And all of us had different textures of hair and skin complexions and noses. And so it was just, being different was normal. It wasn't until I went to college and I went to Wright State, and it was predominantly white. We used to call it White State.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I feel like any school that has a BSU is a white school.
What?
It's a white school. If you had a Black student in the union, you went to a white school, child.
Yeah.
So having to create places where Black people feel seen usually means that it's an environment that's not for Black people.
Right.
And so I will remember when I moved into my dorm room, I was in honors dorms because I'm smart.
Shout out to the honors dorms.
It was so nice. And it was just me and this one white girl. We had to share a room together. In fact, I don't even remember her name. Isn't that crazy? Because I done blocked that girl out of my mind. And we were moving in. I was hanging up posters. I'm not lying to you. I hung up a poster of Lauryn Hill, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and a picture of like the Black Panthers. And I turned around and she was hanging up a picture of George Bush.
Shut the front door. Shut the front.
My whole little Black spirit said, this ain't gonna work.
Get together and write your movie tomorrow.
And I was like, oh Lord.
Because I hear the record screech.
Right, it did. And it just, every conflict that you can think of.
Wow.
And the thing is like, in retrospect, I wish I could go back and be me now.
This version of you.
Of course.
In the
so
dorm
that I
room.
could have used that as the opportunity that maybe it was from God to teach this girl.
Wow.
But I was so much about showing her. And there's
Yeah.
such a difference between showing and teaching, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to show you who I am, that I'm a proud Black girl.
Right,
You're not
so
going to
step
tell
up
me.
or step off.
Yeah, you're not about to tell me what
Right.
to do. And
Right.
da-da-da-da. And it was just so much conflict, girl, that I willingly moved to the woods, which is what we call the hood, which is
Okay.
basically where they put all the Black kids.
Oh.
And I moved to a different dorm, a single dorm by myself, because I also realized that God don't want me to live with nobody. I need my own room. So I moved.
You don't play well with others.
No, I don't. I said I was a Capricorn.
Oh my God.
Stay over there.
Oh my God.
So I moved, and they were like the not as nice as the other ones, but I didn't even care. I was like, I want to be by myself. But
And you knew it.
And I knew
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But I realized in that moment when I lived with her, we're not the same. Like
Yeah.
I'm very, very different from you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm different.
Right.
You know, and then even being in college and being amongst other Black kids that didn't grow up the same way I did. And that's when I really, really learned, when there was a girl who was like freaked out that I was Muslim. And she was very, very Christian. And she just had no idea about Islam. And I was like, your parents didn't teach you about difference. So that's also when I started to really learn the complexity of Black people too. Like, we're not all the same. You know, when you grow up in a bubble.
No, someone spit on my sister when she had her hijab on. It was a Black Christian.
That's
And I'm
me.
like, if you knew what type of soul she had and how sweet she was, you would never.
Yeah, but we're taught that. We're taught to hate each other. We're taught to be ignorant. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's sad. My hijab was pulled off as a child, but it was actually by a Jewish boy named Reuben. And don't ask me why I went home and named my stuffed animal after him.
You know what? You would punch him?
Yes, no. And I just loved it.
You
And my
did.
mom was like, girl, that's somebody need to talk to somebody about that. That was like weird. I don't know what
soul
that
trying
yeah.
to love the
him.
hate out of him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to hug my
But you know who
stuffed
told him to
animal
pull my hijab off?
until the hate goes out of you.
Girl, some little Black boys told him to pull my hijab off.
Shut up,
So I
girl.
beat his ass, and then he had to tell him they had to go beat their. I used to just like beat up boys when I was
I
younger.
did too.
It was a fun.
Ask Greg Jackson. Yeah. I'm telling you, listen, no, I enjoyed it because I
Me
felt
too.
tougher. Like, my mental would get stronger.
Yes.
Even if I had a little blood or
Yeah.
something, I'm like, I did that.
Yes.
I did that.
Mhm.
With these.
Once I tied this
I know
boy
how
up
to
to a
throw
tree,
hands.
and it took them. They had to call the fire station to get him out because I tried so many nights. Not like I tie him up in that tree.
Listen, because he stopped playing with you.
And he never did.
You told him to stop playing with you.
I always warn people.
But peaceful people, and this is what I always tell my daughter, you do not want to drag a peaceful person out of their hookup because they are peaceful. You ever watch Bruce Lee?
Yes, I
And how
love
they
Bruce Lee.
push him on the back of the shoulder, and he's like, leave me alone.
Yep.
Look at that look.
Yep.
Push him again, he go, whoa.
Uh-huh.
No. He's trying to keep it
Yep.
inside because when he got to activate and throw hands, and you see when he crushed Bolo's neck, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't want that to go there. Y'all made me do this."
I used to cry
because
when I would fight
enjoy
people.
Being peaceful.
See?
Y'all did this to me.
Yep.
I was chilling.
Yep. Leave me
And
alone.
here you come
Leave me alone.
with a war going inside of your soul.
Yep. And I will meet. Listen, you know, when they go
Shout
low,
out
we
to
go
those-
high.
listen.
I used to be like, when you go low, I'm gonna go to hell with you, to the depths. I've learned that that's not. Somebody recently said, you don't meet people where they are because you could be mirroring their demons. I forget who said it, and I would like to give this person credit because it just was like on Instagram or whatever, and I wish I knew, but it was such. I was like, it was so profound to the point where I always felt like I said, like, you know, Michelle Obama's like, when they go low, we go high. I was like, no, girl. And she a Capricorn, so I don't know where the hell she got that from.
I don't know that, yeah.
I don't know that life. I'm like, when they go low, I'm going to drag you lower.
Listen.
Because I love to play that game.
Right.
But then when recently when that woman said that, like, when you meet someone where they're at, be careful doing that because could be mirroring their demons. I'm like, that really spoke to me because I'm like, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You don't want to do what other people are doing.
Right.
Like, if you are supposed to be a good person, you are a good person.
Yeah.
It can feel almost like a violation when you allow people to disrespect you.
Yes.
And that's really just your ego wanting you to defend that.
Right.
And when all reality, it's like the greatest thing is to actually just ignore it.
Right.
Because it's like that's a
empowering.
demon.
It really
I'm
is.
not allowing you into my life. Like the fact that you walk around acting like that has
Right.
nothing to do with me.
It's a provoking spirit.
It is. And I used to love being provoked. Because I
Really?
just felt like I had to prove that you're not going to get over on me.
Right.
But now I'm just in a space like I just want to make it home safe.
Right. I don't even argue anymore.
No,
I'm like,
because
okay, you
I
got a
don't know
big
what
dog.
you
Yeah.
demons got going on and why you trying to argue with me anyway. So when people do like bump you on purpose, I'm like, you know what? That's the devil.
Right.
And I'm not
Get
engaging.
back, Satan.
Yep. Let me just
Not
go
me.
on home.
I'm going to protect my
Yep.
peace.
That's the
You go
biggest
on.
lesson I've had to learn as an adult is to let
Exactly.
shit go, which is really hard.
Yeah.
But it's actually the best thing.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Once you get used to it, it becomes easier.
Yeah. It's a
I'm
practice.
finding that out myself.
Same.
Like, just don't react.
Mm-hmm.
Don't respond.
It's hard.
And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let me delete this whole text
Girl-
message. And I'm like, all right, you
Just
got
put
it. Okay.
okay.
And that's it.
Girl,
So-
deleting the text message, the paragraph. Let me delete
Yeah, it's
this
like you're
paragraph.
not going to get my energy.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a reaction.
Mhm.
I choose not to engage.
Yep. Yeah,
And I'll
especially
go isolate myself and just calm down and watch my heart rate drop.
there you go.
And I'm like, okay, I'm good now.
Because also, you're sometimes engaged when people don't even get it. Like some people are just intent on misunderstanding you.
Right.
And it's like, why am I even talking to this person when they're not seeking understanding. They just want to argue.
Exactly.
That's when I'm gonna let it go.
Right. You got to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And your love can make it better.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. And so, how has your own childhood, its beauty, okay, it's
All right.
ruptures, its rhythms,
Mm-hmm.
shape the way that you create and parent in this day and age now? Because you have a very unique, dope upbringing.
Yes, I do. I do. So, I mean, I was raised Muslim and Christian. I grew up in the inner city. Like, we did not have a lot of money at all. But what I always tell people is, like, one of the beautiful things that my mom taught me is that you are not what's around you. It's what's inside of you. So, like, outside, it was, like, a lot of violence and just gangs. But in my home, there were posters of Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, like, all these different people. We were reading books, reading the Bible, reading the Quran, fasting, you know. So I feel like that taught me that. And then one thing my mom used to always say too is she's like, it doesn't matter if you have something that costs $2 million or $2, you treat everything like it was $2 million. So I kind of grew up with this very deep understanding of family being really important, not being obsessed with things. Like sometimes you can grow up without, and then you spend your whole life trying to gather the things that you didn't have. I'm not really like that. Like, I'm not really a materialistic person.
Right.
I'm more of a, like, I need my environment to be peaceful, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't want to be triggered by things that remind me of my past.
Right.
And so I take that energy into my home now with my children and really teaching them the value of life is really their relationships with one another. What the joy that they can create and being appreciative, and also like just like having gratitude, which is so hard to teach children, believe it or not.
It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
But that is like my main focus, because if they can learn to be happy within whatever circumstances they're in, then they're always going to have joy. But if you attach your joy to a specific job or a specific title, person, item that you have to have, you're never going to be happy. Because once you have that thing, you're going to realize that the real joy is not even in that. It's within you.
Right.
So that's kind of like been the makeup of our home and how I raise my children, is that my mom really instilled like real values in me. And that is what I'm hoping to give my kids.
Oh man, they're such lucky girls.
Thank you.
Such lucky girls. And so what ancestral wisdom, okay, are you consciously passing down, and what cycles are you choosing to lovingly disrupt?
Oh, the ancestral wisdom that I'm passing down is that to continue to learn and grow. I always say one of the things that I believe helps my husband and I is that we are not married to ourselves, right? So there is no specific personality trait that I have to have.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you'll feel like I don't like to do that, right? You might be like, I'm not an outdoorsy person.
Right.
That's not necessarily true. I'm willing to try everything once. I'm willing to experience things, and I'm willing to change who I think I am, right? So that is the wisdom that I try to pass down to my daughters, is that they have to always be willing to change and grow and evolve, right? Don't be married to this specific person, because there could be a greater version of you outside of who you think that you are, right? So always be open to change, always be open to growth, and try to find partners and people that will enhance that in you, you know? Like I don't know who I am. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow, child. I might not like it tomorrow, but I like it today. I don't know
Right.
what to tell you.
Right.
So we're just going and flowing. And that is the spirit that I hope that they continuously have. I feel like you asked me something else, but I don't remember that the part
well,
was.
just, you know, what like some of the cycles.
Okay.
Yeah, the cycles that are you choosing to lovingly disrupt?
Well, that's one of them. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I love my parents, and they know this. I tell them this to the face, so it's not a surprise. But I think sometimes they get a little stuck in who they are.
Right.
And that prevents them from growing.
They're
and
still human beings.
Yes.
They're our parents, and they were
Just
our
people who
authority
had
figures,
sex.
but they're still human beings who make mistakes.
Yeah.
And don't have all the answers.
No, I literally am like, parents are just people that had sex and had you.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
They're just trying their best.
Go
you
on,
know,
tell the truth.
That
Tell the
is, I
truth.
mean, that's how I became a parent.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
The parenting part isn't.
Yeah, it's real easy to get pregnant. It's just
right.
what happens after that. But I think that those are the things that I'm breaking.
Yeah.
It's just being like, you know, like your parents would just sometimes give you these rehearsed answers to things. Of like, well, I'm da-da-da-da-da.
That's their opinion.
Yeah. And it's like, no.
Or
Like,
their friend's opinion
right,
on you that
right.
you regurgitate. Like,
exactly.
Like, do I really hate squash?
Girl.
Or is this Miss Lena's mom talking to mom about yellow squash?
Right.
You know, and I'm like, no,
But
I like
yes.
the taste of it, but
That's everything, though. People's spiritual beliefs, how they raise, it's all just a regurgitation.
right.
And so I just feel like I also am okay with being wrong, and I allow my children to correct me respectfully. Like, I allow them to call out things, and I don't gaslight my kids.
Right.
Like when my youngest, I'm always telling her to take a deep breath. So she has taken it upon herself that whenever she feels that I am like, my energy obviously looks disturbed. She like, I'll be talking to her dad. I'll be on the phone. If I'm driving, she'll just like, Mom, take a deep breath. And I do.
Oh, wow.
But it is like, I wish people realize how healing it is to allow yourself to be corrected. Like, you literally turn into, your ego just dissipates. And when you live outside of your ego, it's so peaceful. Like when my children correct me, it is like, I literally allow them to correct me. They're like, Mom, you said that, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. I feel like get closer to God.
But it's also a reflection of you pouring the very best of yourself into
Yes.
these little vessels that would probably be like, you know what? I can feel my mom.
Yeah.
I felt her heartbeat for 9 months.
Yeah.
You know what? Mom, breathe. And you're like, you know what? You're right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
When they
and
look
you're
at
just
you,
like, oh my gosh, you knew that I was
she's
having
like,
a moment.
Mom, take a deep breath. And I'll be like,
I love
but
that.
when you know what's crazy is my kids probably keeping me married because especially my oldest, she used to, oh my God, it used to run me dry. She used to come in my room and be like, you know, I heard you and your and dad talking. I just don't really think he meant it that way. Like, I saw you
Like,
got
no, y'all
upset.
ain't dipping in our conversation with the glass on the door, like.
Girl, no, we used to, I believe in arguing in front of your children and making up in front of your children. I firmly believe in it. We don't disrespect each other and call each other out our name, but we have disagreements. So I'm like, they're not going to learn how to deal with that if you don't do it in front of them.
Problem solving.
Yes.
Exactly.
And also, like, they'll be like, are you mad at dad? I'm like, he was getting on my nerves the same way y'all get on my nerves. But I still love him.
Right.
And I'm like, it's okay for people that you love to get on your nerves. Yeah. And this is how you deal with it. Like, that's why I'm over here, y'all over there. And
I
I'm
love
in
it.
my
Emotional
room.
intelligence.
Yes. It's important.
Right. And you can deal with it and not yell or throw things or flip a table or anything toxic. Like, we love each other and this is how we're going to do it. And so now they have an example. Like, my dad didn't speak to my mother that way.
Yeah, no.
So you got to go. You know, like my dad did not flip tables over and punch holes in the wall. No. You got to go.
Exactly.
Because my mother was the most important woman in his life. And he would not talk to anybody like that. Like, not, especially not her.
Yeah.
She gave him 4 children. So my dad did not play that.
You know what's crazy is I actually had to realize that I wanted to make sure that I was setting a positive example for them on how to treat men.
Exactly.
Because I came from a little rah, rah, rah. So I used to be very rah, rah with their dad, and he never would give me that energy back. So I actually was the one who had to learn to be more respectful and to talk in a more respectful way. Because that's not something that I was used to. Like, we just talk crazy to each other in my house sometimes. You know what I mean? And it was just fine. And 5 minutes later, we were eating dinner. That's very unhealthy. Right. Because you really learn, like, dysfunctional behaviors, and they become normal to you, and then to your point, you allow that in relationships. But for them, I'm like, I don't want them talking to men crazy. I don't want them talking to their partners crazy, because they might not meet somebody as calm as their dad. They might meet somebody who might meet that energy, and then they're gonna be in a bad situation, right? So but
it's such a great example for him and you to work out your differences. And then you know, kudos to you for breaking generational curses and noticing patterns in your own behavior and say, you know what, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel reciprocal. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I decided to work on me and change those things. Yeah.
Well, listen, when you're yelling at someone, they're not yelling back at you. You look crazy. And he just was not giving it back.
He's like, I'm not
why are you so loud? And that shit used to piss me off because I'm angry. And he's like, I mean, you can be angry, but why are you so loud?
Right. Like, you don't have to be loud. We can talk in this tone right here and get over whatever we're dealing with.
I did not know that. I didn't
like, listen, not give you butt.
Right. Who is calmly angry? That is not a thing. I didn't know that was a thing, that you could be really upset but not like scream at the top of your lungs.
Right. We could work this out in a different way. Oh my gosh, I love it. And so I want to talk about your author journey for a minute. So we're going to switch gears a little bit. And so the journey of publishing a book.
Oh God.
All right. Especially one that centers Black joy and identity is no small feat. Okay. As we all know. So what kept you going when the road felt long or lonely?
My husband.
Oh, shout out to him.
Shout out to Chea. Yeah. It really was him. I mean, I wrote the
Chea.
That's right. It really was him. He was super supportive. Like, I wrote the book, but he did a lot of the legwork. He figured out like the barcode and how to get it published, and aligning the books, the pictures, and making sure when it opens,
the formatting and cover design, and
all of it. Yeah, all of it. And I don't want to ever take that away from him, because I think too, having a partner that sees you and understands, like, can see a goal that you have. Yeah. Sometimes it's like a relay race where you're passing the baton. Like, I'm gonna do the first leg, you do the second. Now I'm gonna come back around and do this. And I really felt like, for me, that's a hard part for me, is sometimes the work. Like, you know, when you're creative and you're a dreamer, you can come up with all the ideas and you have all these concepts, but like, you have to put in the work too. Yes, and that's like that's been an area of struggle for mine sometimes. Like, I just have ideas and I'm like, no, where's my fairy fixer who comes and takes my idea and makes it into fruition? Right. So he really was like, no, we're going to figure out how to do this. And like, he really kind of carried it along. Yeah. So I can't really say that it was just me, because it was not.
It's a team.
It was. That's for sure. Right.
No, I love that. And so if you could whisper one truth to every creative Black mother in the world right now, with everything going on, what would it be? That your idea matters, and you need to do what you need to do to make it happen. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Is that I said God talks to everybody. That's right. But everybody doesn't listen. Everybody doesn't listen. Someone once said that, do you think God only gives you an idea? He gives that same idea to a bunch of different people, and he's just waiting for one of y'all to bring it into fruition, right? That's right. So I feel like if you have
a dream and there's something that you want to accomplish, do it. I know it might not seem like it makes sense. I know it might not seem like you can't, what is it? You can't always see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know that it seems weird, but you owe it to yourself. And it's not taken away from your children following your dreams. Wow. That's the truth.
Right.
Because you're helping them in the long run. Everything that you do and plant now, those seeds, it grows and blossoms into something that could potentially help your children even more and make your life better. You just have to put in the work, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to really understand that, like, doing things for you is doing something for your child.
Right. And, you know, and I love that because they get to see you guys work together and build a business for the family.
Exactly.
And so you guys are examples as well as role models, you know, as well. And so I love that. And so what would people be surprised to know about you? Like, can you play the guitar or?
No. In my mind, I can sing. I can play the guitar. I mean, I used to be a ballet dancer, so I was a professional ballet dancer. They wouldn't be surprised about that because I talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I think that people would be surprised to know that I'm actually very traditional.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I want my men to lead me, and I do not want to be in charge. And I think people look at me and I'm like this rah, like very dominant kind of girl. And you ask my male friends.
No, you're very strong.
Yeah. Well, you ask my male friends and they're like, oh my God, they call me Sister Soldier.
Shout out to Sister Soldier, coldest winter ever.
Yeah, right. They call me Sister Soldier. But I think people would be surprised at how, like, not trad wife, like Instagram, like Nara Smith, but low key I am like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I kind of just want to be I'm just a girl. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. Like, I'm all about all the equality, and I think every woman should do whatever she wants to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to pick up nothing heavy. That's the man's job.
Especially if you just got your nails done.
No,
Like,
I just want to get my
you
nails done. Yes. Right. What is happening right now? I don't want to do any physical labor. I don't want to take out the trash. I just want to be a lady. Yeah. Yeah. No, like, seriously.
I'm telling you, we were just having a conversation like that in the salon. And there was this, she had 2 jobs. She's like, honey, I'm tired of being an independent black woman. I don't know who sold us this idea. And we started laughing. And she had to lift her dryer up like, I don't know who told us this was the life.
It's a lie.
She said, I am not an independent black woman, honey. She said, I'm a damsel in distress. Girl, don't you know everybody threw their popcorn up and fell out laughing? Because we have been sold to think, okay, be independent, do it yourself. And you have all these sisters around here like, okay, I don't need no man. I don't need no man.
I feel like that was probably intentional in our community.
Listen, we're going to have you back but to talk about like the depopulation agenda and eugenics.
No, listen.
Because listen, like the numbers are dropping.
Yes.
And people can't really afford to have families a lot of times too in certain neighborhoods. Yeah. So I'm listening. I got to invite you back on the show. Yes. And so I wanted to ask you too, before we close out, what's next for Ashley?
Oh God.
Because you're very busy, but I wanted to know.
I'm like busy, but I'm
right
not
here
busy.
On the Queen's Address podcast. What's next? Because you got to go to one.
I don't know. I can tell you what I would like to be next. I would like for the Mama's Den, the podcast that I'm on, I would like for it to be a TV show. I think we all want that, and to tour more with the Mama's Den, and being able to really like step more outside of our podcast and be more in the community. So we like want to have tours. We want to do like some retreats. So I would love for that to be next with the Mama's Den. For me personally, with my writing, I just want to continue to write children's books and a television show, like that is the goal.
That's
and
so dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And to just like, my friend Abby, shout out to my homegirl Abby, she helped me realize this the other day. She was like, Ashley, the type of mother you are and your intention behind motherhood, she was like, if all of those things were happening right now, you wouldn't be able to show up for your daughters the way you do, and you wouldn't be happy. So I think what's next for me is whatever God wants for me.
Listen,
I'm just here to receive. I told you, I'm just a
shall
girl.
it be written.
I'm no longer leading. I'm here following the Lord, my man, walking 5 steps behind him.
Listen.
Just tell me where to go.
Listen, tell me when to go.
Because you know what? I've been working since I was 14, and I've had 2 jobs, and I worked all in high school. I feel like the lady at the hair salon. I'm tired. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be in charge. I kind of just want to exist and do the things that speak to me and let life unfold itself.
Yes, and get a latte, go to yoga.
Girl, get my hair done.
That's right.
What else is there to do?
Yes,
the world is burning anyway.
Exactly.
Can I just be cute when it falls apart?
There you go. Listen, how about that? How about that? And so I want to ask too, I already follow you on social media. Could you
Okay.
share with the viewers your social media?
So my Instagram is at watermelon egg rolls on Instagram. I have watermeloneggrolls.com, my blog. I'll be updating that more. You can also follow me on The Mama's Den. Wait, is it The Mama's Den? Yeah, it's just The Mama's Den because I don't remember our Instagram podcast. But you go to The Mama's Den podcast. It's on all the podcasts that you, every station that you get podcasts on. I think that's it where you can find me.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ashley, Chea, thank you.
Oh, wait.
So much. One more.
Oh, yes, my
Okay.
book. I have a prompted journal out, and it's called The Forever Journal. So that was published with Penguin Random House, which is really amazing. So you can get that wherever you get your books online. It's called The Forever Journal.
The Forever Journal.
Yes, and so that is a journal that I created for parents to leave their own legacy for their children. So it was
Okay.
inspired by my sister. Her son, when he was like 11, started asking me all these questions about her. So I was like, I wish there was a book where parents could kind of leave their own in their own words. So I made one.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so dope.
Thank you.
You are so dope. Oh my
Thank
goodness,
you.
you are such a powerful queen.
Oh, thank you.
And I just want to say thank you so
you
much
for
for coming on the
having
Queen's
me.
Address podcast today. This is huge for me.
Thank you. This was
I'm a
big
huge
for
supporter.
me.
No, listen, I'm
No,
so
I
glad to
love
be
you and I
sitting
love
in
what
front
you're
of-
doing.
I love you.
Thank you.
I love you, sis.
Aw.
Okay, you are a high queen, and I just thank you so much for being here today.
I received that. You are
Thank you.
too. Thank you
so
so much.
And so thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Peace King, peace Queen.